para i-apply natin. Okay. Under the law, the constituents or the people, the citizens have the right to question the registration of a voter. May ang tawag dyan, the citizen or the constituent can file exclusion petition before the courts to exclude a voter who was registered. Di ba ang basic document doon would be the voter's registration application. Di ba? And then this representation attempted to get a copy of that voter's registration application from the COMELEC, which was denied on the ground of the Data Privacy Act. So, can you help us? Sige nga, being the objective third party, what is the proper application of the law that you are administering? The Data Privacy Act. Last na po.
Can I be more direct,
Yes,
Senator Pimentel?
go ahead, sir.
The basic question, distinguished sponsor, is how can you file an exclusionary case questioning the registration supposedly of a voter if you cannot be given or are not allowed to see the address of the voter? You redact it, citing the Data Privacy Act that essentially deprives him of a remedy provided for by law. Yes, distinguished
Sige,
sponsor.
can we get just the inputs from the implementer of the law?
Well, Mr. President, in Section 13F of the Data Privacy Act provides that the processing of sensitive personal information is allowed when the processing is necessary for the protection of lawful rights and interests of national or legal persons in court proceedings or establishment, exercise or defense of legal claims, or when provided by government or public authority. From the wording of the Data Privacy Act of 2012, the NPC stresses that processing for the establishment of legal claims does not require an existing court proceedings. Thus, the interpretation of COMELEC of the DPA is erroneous.
Well, okay. Thank you for that professional opinion from the National Privacy Commission. Basta sir, ganito lang. I have noticed in dealings with government agencies na meron talagang tug of war. So please monitor the implementation of the Data Privacy Act because I have a feeling that it's being misapplied already, Mr. President, and the effect is a denial of access to information and access to documents. So, yun lang po ang gusto ko ipaabot sa National Privacy Commission. If you can, if such a feedback has reached your commission, please, in writing na lang, if you can respond to my concern. And then last, Mr. President, sa NTC, NTC, who's the new head? Ma'am, sabi ng staff ko, pre-registered SIM cards are being openly sold on the Facebook marketplace. Umabot na po sa inyo yan? Information na yan?
Yes, Mr. President, I also flagged them
Ayan na lang. And
during the hearings and during the budget deliberations, Mr.
so
President.
to the entire, to the entire DICT family, what can we, is that illegal muna? Is that illegal?
That's illegal,
Yeah.
Mr. President.
So what can we do about it? Yun lang yung tanong. Kasi para makita ng taong bayan na ini-enforce din natin yung batas, the government is not that helpless, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I was advised and during the briefings that they have filed cases already in courts against those people who are selling pre-registered SIM cards, Mr. President.
Sige,
And they've managed to get a conviction against those persons selling pre-registered SIM cards, Mr.
be unrelenting kasi hanggang ngayon ata, as we speak, baka na meron pa rin
Yes,
sa
Mr. President.
Facebook Marketplace eh.
In fact, we have seen pre-registered SIM cards, pre-registered e-wallets as well, Mr.
Yung
President.
e-wallet na, mga ganun.
So we've already advised DICT and NTC to be more aggressive in this illegal activities, Mr. President.
So, Mr. President, so I can avoid serving lunch, so I
May
better...
breakfast na lang, Mr.
I
President.
better terminate my interpellation, and then marami po kayong challenges, Mr. Secretary. So we're here to support you. Pero yun na nga, if some things need correcting, correct them as soon as possible. And then communicate to us para naintindihan namin saan na ba kayo at what stage na kayo, kasi parang nabiblame namin kayo sa mga past na nababasa na namin about your plans. Yung pala, binabago na ninyo. But this is also reflective of how we plan in government, Mr. President. And dapat we have to really get into shape as far as our planning is concerned. Planning affects budgeting. Ganun talaga eh. So anyway, that's my word of advice to the entire DICT family. So good luck to you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your patience.
Thank you, Senator Pimentel.
Mr. President, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano would just like to make a 30-second manifestation, Mr. President.
Senator
I move that it be
Cayetano is
recognized, Mr.
recognized for his 30-second manifestation.
Good evening, everyone. Hindi ko isa-isahin para umabot sa 30 seconds. Susundan ko lang po si Senator Pimentel at lahat po ng senador na bumati sa inyo, sa inyong chairman, at dun po sa problema ng mga scams. I just like to ask the good secretary, baka you can take the lead sa cabinet and form a group, go to Singapore and Hong Kong, because these two states actually, well, SAR Hong Kong and then as a city-state ang Singapore, they have an anti-scam center. And in one office, nandun na yung police, nandun na yung IT, nandun na yung bangko. So I brought this up sa police, I haven't brought it sa NBI, pero parang sanay pa rin tayo ng paisa-isang scam. But lahat ng scam na nabanggit dito at sa ibang hearings, iba't ibang klaseng scam, nandun na. In fact, for the last 2 years, ang na-recover ng Singapore government for those na na-scam is 600 plus million Singaporean dollars. And they only have, 5 million people. So 30 seconds na, but may I make that appeal? So sana next budget, next year, meron na tayong sariling anti-scam center na baka pwede niyong pangunahan, Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, there being no other reservation for interpellation, I move that the budgets of the following: Department of Information and Communications Technology, Office of the Secretary, Cybercrime Investigation and Coordination Center, National Privacy Commission, and the National Telecommunications Commission be deemed submitted for the body's consideration. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Congratulations to the DICT family.
May I ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President?
The Public Works and Highways Office of the Secretary and recognize the sponsor, Senator Grace Poe, for her opening statement, and later to make a manifestation, Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri. So moved, sir.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Before the chair recognizes our distinguished sponsor, time check is 2:07. Senator Poe is recognized for her opening statement on the budget of the DPWH. You may proceed, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the reminder of the time. Before proceeding, I would like to acknowledge and warmly welcome the DPWH family headed by Secretary Manny Bonoan. Mr. President, it is our duty to present the budget of the DPWH. Based on the Senate Committee report, DPWH's budget for fiscal year 2025 is 933 billion, 136 million, 196, composed of 932 billion, 34,635 as new appropriations,